Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pain Scale. I'm here with you today for another story time, and it's going to be called Story Time. Um, this shit is hard. And what I'm talking about is life. And I'm going to be speaking, from my perspective, some of the struggles I'm going through. I like to do that. That's mainly when I speak in some of my videos. I try to give people, from my own perspective, what I'm struggling with, and to show, people that they're not alone out there. This isn't just me, looking for what was it called, a pity party or anything like that. I'm just trying to show people, you're not the only one out there in the world, struggling. There's other people having a hard time, and sometimes, I believe that can help people. Like, oh wow, it's like, um, you know, a lot of people are out here struggling. I'm not alone in this, and we can all get better from this. And I also make these videos to help myself as well. So it's a couple reasons why I make my videos. Some of my videos are for different, like my comedy sessions. I make those to make fun of crazy shit in our world, stuff like that. But yeah, this one is to talk about hard times, or struggles, and I'll let you know about some of my struggles at the moment. I'm having a bit of block, or like I guess writer's block, what I should say, like writing, stories. Like the last story that I wrote, I write, if I haven't mentioned, I believe I mentioned before, I write like short stories and like flash fiction and stuff. I call them short stories because like I don't think a story should have a limit of words on it. A story can be a sentence or maybe like a paragraph, and that could probably be a really good informational story just within that little small space. So yeah, I like to write short stories. The last one I wrote, I had a really good idea, but it's like I just couldn't. I guess I want to say like capitalize on it, because it's like it's just I couldn't really like put the idea into words, if that makes sense, or I couldn't really like fully what I wanted to say, or how I wanted to use that idea. I couldn't do fully because I just had like this kind of block. I'm definitely not the best writer in the world. I'm no Stephen King or whoever else is out there. Um, but yeah, it's like sometimes that's hard for me. Um, yeah, and I guess with YouTube, I guess sometimes I do like struggle a bit. Like sometimes I have like a really good idea that I want to put, but sometimes I just can't. Um, again, like put it into the words that I want to. Like my last comedy session had a really good idea, but I don't think that was really good, informing, or fun. To make fun of some of the crazy shit in our world. Um, Also, I guess. Well, no. Lately, I guess Um, guess I've had like. No, sorry again. Not guess. I have had a bit of like a mental battle with myself. Sometimes I do. Um, Sometimes I really do struggle mentally, whether it be thinking about stuff from the past, or um, yeah, just stuff from the past, or really from the present too. Like thinking about some of the things in my present. Like recently, I started to speak to one of my friends again. I mentioned them in one of my old videos. It's like I don't want to seem like I was being an asshole or anything. When I spoke about them, in those videos, that's how I really felt. I've never told that to them or anything. Um, but yeah, I started talking to them. I made a journal entry in my journal I usually bring to therapy. I guess I should read that actually. My show this off before my therapy journal. I'll go ahead and read this entry here. This is from 120, just 2 days ago. Uh, this is my 26th entry actually. Recently, I have started talking to some of my friends. Keyword some. Now that I have hobbies, I am no longer depending on them. Though I do have this odd feeling of dependency coming back. I used to be chronically online, but I am trying to stop that feeling. And yeah, I used to be someone who was chronically online. I've heard that used here and there, for people that are, constantly online, I guess, where they're like, I don't think it was, you know, I don't think that term refers to a specific thing you're doing, Tony. It could just mean anything like, oh, like you're constantly gaming online or on Facebook, something. I used to be that kind of person. Not only with my computer but my phone too. And it was really bad. Um, and there are days like when me and my aunt go out on like the weekend. I won't always bring my phone with me because I just want to get away from my phone or TV screen, computer screen. Even though I don't use my computer as much as I used to, except when I make videos, and right now I'm starting to game a little bit more, but not to the degree that I was say a year or so ago. I think it really started back in, excuse me, the lockdown era when I started to become chronically online, because I got my gaming PC right before uh, lockdown happened, and I thought that was really cool. Um, and yeah, it's like at first I didn't use it a lot, and then I started to discover like all these different types of games. Like League. I used to play League of Legends a lot, stuff like that. And then it's like during lockdown, I used to communicate people through Discord, stuff like that. Which I don't look at that as a bad time. I really liked lockdown. I've mentioned in previous videos and one of my comedy sessions, I mentioned it was called Bring Back Lockdown because I like lockdown so much. I didn't have to see people so often. It was nice being on Discord, but it's like I think now I've really been like burnt out of being online or like chatting or like gaming and stuff like that. It's like I just don't have like the strength for it anymore. Now it's like I have my, like I said in my journal entry, like I got my own hobbies now, or my own interests now. Like I mentioned before, like watching tokusatsu, a certain genre of Japanese television and movies. Let's see. I do like to read here. I have not been reading a lot lately. I wish I would read more, but sometimes I'll pick up a manga or a comic book, and start reading that. Sometimes I always don't finish, but it depends on what it is, or how interesting it is. But yeah, it's like I think it's just been like really like just burnt out lately. Like that's how I honestly feel. Like I've just been burnt out on life, and I guess I could even say like living. Not to say I'm not suicidal or anything like that. It's just I'm burnt out on life. And I don't think I've ever really heard somebody speak about that. Maybe I'll probably look that up, see if there's like other YouTube videos or like something on the internet that speaks about that. But I think I'm burnt out on life. Like I just being alive. Like sometimes it's hard. My aunt. Not to say I have again a hard life. I don't think I mentioned that. I don't have a hard life. My aunt, she's very nice to me. Um, she has a very nice place. She lets me live in this room. It's very. I have my own space to myself. I have my own computer, making YouTube videos. I don't have a hard life. As people would generally acknowledge it. And I know I'm in a good position. Some people don't even have a room to stay in. And I'm grateful for that. I truly am. Before I used to be ungrateful, or I guess I couldn't even really say that because it's like I really didn't realize, that about the world around me. But now I'm very brave. Like, wow, I got my own bed, I got my own computer, I got video games. I don't play these physical video games. I have a whole stack of video games like right here next to my desk. Yeah, I don't even play them. I think I'm gonna give those to like my little cousins or something. But yeah, it's like it's just my battle isn't, as it says, it's not, physically out here in the world. It's mental, and it's always been mental because it's always been something, with me. Whether um, I guess I man, it's like, I guess it's like I guess I have like a little bit of a breakthrough right here, but it's like, I guess I can say that I've always struggled understanding, where I fit in this world, because I've never felt like I truly fit in this world, or fit in this, like, it's, and as I stand now, or well, really, I think no, I'm going to stand like this for the rest of my life. I'm not caught up in this continuous circle of bullshit, that people live in. Yeah, but what some people call, their regular life or their normal life. And to me, what's I guess some people would have, a different interpretation of what a normal life is. What's a normal life to me? It's go to school, uh, pass college, get a good job, get married, get a house, get a car, and then whatever else. Have kids. Did I say get married? Some people don't even go to college, or after that, or they leave school early, and they still follow that same path. They go to school for a bit, maybe get a GED in high school, or just like straight up, or like something. I'm not gonna go too deep in that. Get a GED in high school, get married, get a job, get a girlfriend, get married, have kids, get a car. I know I went out of order there, but it's just like whatever. To me, that's a continuous. That life's like a continuous loop. Like That's like a job. That's almost like a job in itself. That life, getting married, and especially guys are expected to provide. That's all from what I understand. That's always been the main job for guys, is provide. It's not, a guy's job has never mainly been like, oh, be a plumber or a businessman, or what else, a pilot, whatever, a police officer, a wrestler. It's a guy's job, I guess, in this world has always truly been the job of the provider. And if a guy can't provide, then he's going to be left. Or, yeah, actually, no, there is no or yet. I think it's simple as that. If a guy does not provide, people in society, or if a guy does not work super hard, or do any of this other shit that is expected of him, then people will start to look at him like, like, what is he worth? I'm not saying it's not hard for ladies out there too. It's hard for ladies too. Um, you know, uh, with both men and women, some people's families have high expectations, or just expectations in general, like expectations period of them in general, like, oh, you're going to go to school, you're going to get A's, are gonna be a valedictorian, yeah, what else they got? Student of the month, whatever the fuck, for the rest of your life until you get out of school, and you have to get a high paying position as a lawyer or a doctor or politics, some shit like that. And that's just not the kind of life I want to live. I don't want to live a life where there is always expectations put on me. It's that sounds crazy to me. Like living a life where you're always expected. You're always expected by people to do something, and to me, that would drive me. That would probably drive me crazy. No, that would drive me crazy to live a life like that. Always like, oh, you're always supposed to provide. You're always, oh, my wife, excuse me, wants to go to Disneyland every month. She wants to go to Disneyland every month for a week. And if I can't provide for that, I get, shunned or, yelled. I'm not saying, all ladies do that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying, there are people out there like that. Men too, uh, men out there, if their wife, if their girlfriends or wife, doesn't do something that they expect of them, those guys would get mad too. And there's some crazy ass fucking guys out there too, which is it's some scary shit. I've been around abusive, man. I know, I've seen that shit firsthand. It's not okay in any way. Because I was I viewed domestic violence as a kid. It was something that no kid, nobody should ever have to go through or witness. Yeah, and it was just horrible. So I guess, oh, sorry, this whole video I've kind of gotten like off topic, here and there, but yeah, it's just, I guess I'm just struggling. Well, I guess more so with where I'm going in life, and I know a lot of people are probably or can be out there struggling with that too, because I don't have the normal goals people, well, people in general have, which is, again, school, good job, um, car, house, significant other, kids. I definitely don't want kids. Not in this fucking world. No, thank you. But yeah, I'm not interested in that. If I'm able to, like get a job overseas or just go do something that's, and I want a job or not even a job. I want to do something, that's really important in it. It's really important. Not one of these, self-important fucking idiots that we live with, these businessmen and politicians. I want to do something like I want to help people. To me, I guess I should say to me, because to a lot of people, helping people isn't worth their time. Or some business people would say, oh, that's not worth if it's not profit, why the fuck would I help those people, some shit like that. But that's ridiculous. To me, helping people is so important. Helping the environment, nature, so important. Cleaning up nature, damn, it's like yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. Again, this video, it's not for a pity party. or anything like that. I am going through a bit of a mental struggle right now, a bit of a hard time there, and I just wanted to, tell people, or I want to tell people, using myself as an example, they're not the only one out. They're not the only ones out there struggling mentally, because it can happen, and it's not just the topics I went over. There's just so many topics, you know, that make people struggle mentally. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. Thank you very much. If you are watching this video, please feel free to leave a like, or if you want to leave a comment down below, feel free. Uh, I will answer comments if you do have any questions. Again, if you are watching this, thank you very much, and you have a good one. Thank you.